Welcome to Andrea Lake 101, the making of a billionaire. You guys, we have such a special episode today. We have the fabulous Miss Kate and Erin from Little Blue Cart. Ladies, welcome. Thank you so much for doing the pod.
Thank you for
Of
having us.
course. Thanks for having us.
Totally. So, as many of you listeners already are aware, we have a background thing that I created called the WaterCooler, where I invite all the influencers that I like, that we're doing business with for Sticker Junkie, that are just my friends, that I think are badass and that you should know about. So, we decided to do a new series called Meet the WaterCooler. And we're going to dive deep today into Little Blue Cart, which is a platform. They also have Little Blue Market that recommends different shops and stores, entrepreneurs that have small and medium-sized businesses that just align with our values. So let's start out first by saying, ladies, how did you meet? And then we'll get into the story of littlebluecart.com and littlebluemarket.com.
It's a fun story. Okay, so what, 10 years ago or something like that? It's been a while now. My husband was active duty and we were stationed overseas at a small Air Force base in northern Japan. And we went to the airport to welcome a new family that was joining the squadron, and it was Erin's family. So I literally met her when she got off the plane in Japan, and our husbands worked together, and that's how we met. And we were there together for, did we overlap about 2 years, maybe a year and a half? And so during that time we just became very close friends. She was like one of my best friends there, and it's such a unique experience being stationed at that particular base overseas because you are so remote. Everyone lives on base, and a lot of like our social life, really whole lives revolved around the work that our spouses were doing and being connected and spending a lot of time together. So we spent a lot of time together, and yeah, it was great. And then since then, we've both moved all over the world, and we happen to both be stationed again in Northern Virginia. Like the timing was just perfect that we were hanging out and texting and, doing all that stuff right around the 2024 election. We knew each other and we were stationed in the same place, and we had this idea together. So that just sort of all came together full circle that we were back in the same area.
Love that. And when did you first conceive of the idea for Little Blue Cart? Like, what is that story all about?
I think the best ideas come so organically, and that's exactly how Little Blue Cart was created. I was really surprised, disappointed, shocked, all the emotions of the 2024 election results. And I completely withdrew. I was like, I'm not going to entertain businesses that supported this, and where I could control it, because big box stores, they're everywhere. It's a monopoly. You can't get away from it completely. But small businesses, I knew we could. And so what happened was I had reached out to Kate and I was like, I need to get my daughter's senior pictures taken. She had just had her son's photos taken and they were fabulous. And I was like, who did them? And she told me, and I said, did she vote for the orange turd? And she was like, no, I know for a fact she did not. And I said, great, she will get my business. And then Kate was like, we can't be alone in this. Like, we cannot be the only ones that feel this way. And so we were just like, immediately, I think it was the very next day or something, we got together, and then we started getting together several times a week and constantly talking, going back and forth. And she immediately, she is like a Canvas star, and she like pulled up and created some logos, and we had everything figured out within the first week, like the blueprint of how we were going to start it. So that is how Little Blue Cart was created.
Oh my gosh. And Kate, when exactly was this? Was this right in November of 24?
Yeah, it was literally in the like weeks after. And like Erin mentioned, that fall we had done a lot of work in Virginia. We had been writing postcards and making phone calls, and we had little social get-togethers. I was trying to make it fun, so we call it like a happy hour. And I was like, just come over, I'll have prosecco, and we're gonna write postcards and letters. And so we were, then election night came, and we're really close to DC. So we went in, we were at Howard University the night of the election results. We went home brokenhearted with teenage girls who were like, what do we do now? And we were like, I don't know. So it was literally in the like shadow of that, we started having this conversation. So we really channeled I think our grief and our frustration and our fear into Little Blue Card. It just became like the perfect outlet to do something and to feel like we were doing something. So we literally, like Erin said, started working on it, I think, days after the election. And so we just, built it behind the scenes. That photographer that we mentioned was one of the first people we added to the directory. And we started working on it behind the scenes and then launched, I think, publicly or like more outward in January. So like, 2 months after we came up with the idea.
Nice. So we connected with you guys. Sticker Junkie, my company, connected
Mhm.
with you guys like right when you first
Yeah.
started.
Yeah. We
Yes.
bought
Okay.
stickers from you guys. We were
That's
like, we
right.
need some stickers. And we put out on threads. Kate made a post
Yeah.
like, who would you recommend that's, a liberal, left-leaning company that didn't, support this administration?
Mhm.
And that's how we chose you. And so that's where our relationship started.
Yeah.
Well, I love it. I just love you guys. I love your whole mission. I love what you're up
Thanks.
to. I think it's just so important to start to bring dollars back
Mhm.
away from the top 16% of this country own 84% of all assets, 84% of all businesses, and every single private equity company that exists has a objective to do a 7% increase in annual revenue, annual acquisitions, and that becomes untenable as it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. So you have these multi-billion-dollar corporations like the company that owns Sticker Giant is owned by a $32 billion private equity fund now. And a lot of people don't realize that because they're just snapping up all these previously very beloved privately held companies. And one of my favorite threads that I ever saw you guys post was, are you tired of accidentally supporting billionaires?
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
let's go. So I knew that we would be very, very aligned on that. So talk to me a little bit about how do you go from like, hey, we have this idea and then get the thing to creating a whole business around
I
it?
think it was just a natural progression. I'll be quite honest with you. A lot of the growth has happened through the customers, the shop owners.
Yeah.
They have asked, hey, or even shoppers, it'd
Mhm.
be nice if you could do X. It would be nice if you could do Y. And I would reach out to Kate because at that time, Kate was doing all of the creation. She did our website for us. And as long as, she could figure out the coding to do it, she would add that capability to the site. And then it just got to the point where we had to outsource the help. And so that's really how it grows. And with any business, you know your capabilities when you get started. You don't realize how much more your capabilities could be without somebody forcing them upon you. And I love it. I really do try to respond to requests. Thank you for your question because we appreciate
Mhm.
you,
Mhm.
asking because we genuinely do. So yeah.
We didn't start it with the idea of like, this is going to make money. We just
Right.
started it because we
Right.
wanted it,
Right.
for ourselves. We wanted to have a database
Yeah.
and a directory of businesses that we could turn to when we were looking for, local service providers or
Right.
shopping online. So we created it because we wanted something like that. And then as we were spending lots of time on it and as our, mailing list suddenly was ballooning and the expense was growing, we started brainstorming like, okay, we should probably figure out how to have this thing pay for itself, right? Like
Mhm.
that's literally to this day we haven't taken a penny. It's just paying for itself. We just keep reinvesting,
Yeah.
and as we grow the bills increase, and so we try and bring more businesses on to help cover those costs. But it
Mhm.
really was sort of, I mean, that wasn't the intention at the beginning, and I think if we knew
Right.
then where we would end up now, perhaps we would have had a better business plan, a little bit more strategic.
Yeah.
But like Erin said, it's really like different directions and growth we've taken have been in response to requests to shift and grow.
To just give
Sure.
you an idea, so like when Kate and I first met,
Mhm.
she came with like a little notebook and I came with nothing. Like it's not like we had this great, I mean we did graduate to our laptops at some point. We were like working on the laptops and creating Word docs so we know what we were talking about so that we don't later on say, what was it that great idea that we talked about? So,
Right.
it did progress, but when we first met with each other, Kate was more prepared with her little notebook and a pen.
I love it. And you guys have hundreds of thousands of followers across platforms. So, how did this happen where it goes from this concept and then you're launching this website and then all of a sudden, I mean, I had not really kept up with how big you guys were getting because I
Mhm.
was so freaking ridiculously busy. And then I went to loop back around with you and I'm like, excuse me, you guys crossed like 100,000 followers on Instagram. What? And I'm going on all the platforms. I'm like, dang, ladies, kill it. And then I saw the woke ginger thing and Chelsea Handler talking about you guys. And I was like, let's go,
Yeah.
lady.
Yeah.
Tell me about how sort of the growth happened because it's been
Yeah.
fast.
Yeah.
Yes. And I mean, I'm a internet dinosaur, like I was blogging in the late 2000s, in the thousands, like I've been on Instagram since it launched. And very early on, my daughter in particular was like, this idea is like gonna stick. Look how fast this is the one, like this is your account that's really gonna do things. We've never paid a penny for advertising. It's all been entirely word of mouth. And I think we just got, we had an idea that resonated with people of feeling helpless and like, okay, this is something I can do. And it's always been like us, which is that like one of the first things that went like super viral was a picture of us just saying like, hi, we're Kate and Erin, and this is what we're doing. And it was shared by people, but specifically by like our dream audience, right? Like Katie Couric and Monica Lewinsky and Anna Quinlan and like Glennon Doyle, like all these people that we admire and think are amazing. And so to end up in that corner of the internet and to be shared widely there, that was like our first like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. Like, what are we doing? How are we doing this? It's wild. It's so exciting. And then, it's just all happened organically, which is very cool also. It's so I don't know. And then there's things like Facebook, which I avoid these days like the plague because
Me
the
too. Yeah, we
comments
don't use it at
section
all.
is terrible. But we went in weeks we literally don't do stuff. We just share our stuff there. We went from like 15,000 to 60,000 followers there in weeks. Thank you, haters, for commenting on our stuff. So
We were at like 500 range forever because Kate has been making one post on Instagram, it could automatically post on Facebook. And like it was a slow progression. And all of a sudden, like she said, haters started hating and we just let them hate, Sometimes I will say something every so often because it's like when it hurts your pride just a little bit when somebody says something like, your site is awful. Duh. Define awful. Like, what does awful mean? I need to know specifically, but usually the people haven't even been there because they've never visited the site when they're saying that. They're just a little offended that, we welcome all shoppers. Let me just say that. Anybody can shop. You do not have to be left leaning. If you feel guilty of your vote and you want to make up for it, this is a great way to do it. Go shop a progressive shop that did not vote for this mess. And then, maybe you'll be able to sleep better at night. I don't know. But I think, you're allowed to, you just can't be somebody that voted for this and be on our platforms.
So you guys and I have been talking for a while now, and we've been talking a whole lot more like the last 6 months. And I have some ideas of how to monetize because ladies, not only Erin and Kate ladies, but ladies who are watching, we all know that people cannot keep doing this for free, right? That we have to monetize them. And you all, which I love, only charge like $25 to get listed on your platform, which by the fucking way is not enough. Just FYI. However, I love that because then every small business actually can afford it. So if people out there, if you guys want to support LittleBlueCart, do not worry your pretty little heads. We came up with a way. It's Sticker Janky. We are creating banger sticker packs, just like we did for Heretic Coffee for LittleBlueCart that say like shop local, support small business, shop your values, and a couple other great ones. I hear we're going to have a couple mystery surprises, and one of them might be something you want to put on a wine bottle for a big celebration day. So we're going to have the craziest, most well-designed sticker packs for you guys to be able to purchase. And it costs money to do that. This is the financial podcast where you get the behind the scenes metrics. So we sell those for $25 and we're able out of Sticker Junkie to give $7 of that to the ladies at LittleBlueCart to fund their rebuild because you guys keep asking for their platform to be built in Shopify. They want that. You want that. I want that. We all want that. That shit costs money. Okay. That is not free. And they cannot pony up that $20,000 or $30,000 or whatever it's going to take. So if you have a little expendable cash and you want to support LittleBlueCart while having banger stickers on your thermos, then guess what, friendos? It's going to be stickerjunkie.com/little-blue-cart-public. What? There will be a link in the bio. There will be a link in the show notes for you guys to go check that out and purchase it and get her done so that we can get these ladies
That's right.
hooked up on Shopify. You think that's a good idea?
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Yes, I think that we're literally going to be able to sell enough to fund that portion of it for you and also hopefully have extra left over so that you guys can get paid because I know there are thousands and thousands and thousands of us that want to support you and we know that you can't keep doing this for free. So we're also going to get together in a little mastermind and put our heads together with some big baller business people I know to figure out how to monetize this because I'm really tired of the expectation that if we want to do something that it should be free. Right. And I feel like
Yeah,
women have that overlaid over the top of our psyche.
Yeah.
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah, it is. We struggle with that, just to
Yeah.
be clear. Like
Yeah.
Kate and I, we don't want it to come across ever that this is about the money because
Right.
like everybody knows, we haven't made a dime ourselves. We've completely put everything back into the Little Blue Cart funds
Mhm.
but at some point we can't expect to work for free. We want to be able
Exactly.
to hire people. We want to be able to have
Yeah.
Mhm.
marketing. We want to be able to have people that are on staff that can answer your questions right away. Because right now it's just Kate and I, we literally do everything.
Yep.
So, which we don't mind. We love it. Don't get me wrong. We absolutely love it. But more people means more support and more growth.
Yes, and especially seeing you ladies are supporting small businesses. Every person that's watching, because it's mostly
Mhm.
entrepreneurs that listen to and watch this podcast. And girl, we all understand. I just pulled my revenue numbers. We have done $3.317 million since I
That's
stepped back in
awesome.
the door of this company, since we shifted over to Shopify in April of 2024. And I promise that I am still living off credit cards and debt. So I do know how much
Mhm.
it costs to actually grow and scale a company. And we
Yeah.
want to help get you up to a proper revenue source so that you can hire people, that you can pay yourselves a nice living wage above a living wage, and that you can afford to pay your employees a living wage. And guess
Yeah.
what? That means people have to go spend money on
I
Little Blue Market. That's
Yeah,
right.
that's right.
and I mean I feel like shopping small businesses, supporting us, shopping Little Blue
Yeah,
Market, it's not like this charity. Like you're not like, okay, well,
exactly right.
it's people who are working really hard, who are well worth every dollar that you're going to spend on their
Mhm.
craft, because these are literal people, women cooking caramels in their kitchen or
Yeah.
sewing patterns in their homes or like at nap time or staying up late, to finish a design for a new t-shirt. And they are incredibly talented, like just
Yeah.
so talented. So shopping small is fantastic for a lot of reasons, but it's not charity. It's shopping small because people are humans
Absolutely.
and they are so much more worthy of your dollars than Jeff Bezos. Like
Yes,
it
Jeff Bezos is fine. He's set. He's doing
Yes,
fine.
yes.
He doesn't
yes.
actually need your order. He's
No, he doesn't.
A-OK.
He
Yeah,
won't
he's
And I
miss
will
doing
say
it.
just
another thing
yeah,
on
no.
top of this, not only are these shops, like they work really hard, they are the nicest people. These people have been so kind and patient and they are so appreciative of us. But what they don't understand is we appreciate them. Like they put trust in us to help them grow
Mhm.
their businesses.
Mhm.
And also a lot of these people, these women, this is their second job. This is supplemental income
Mhm.
because
Yes,
they don't make enough at their primary source
that's
to
right.
live. So, I mean, couple that all together, it's really it's a phenomenal environment. I just couldn't say enough about everybody that's involved in this
Mhm.
community. It's amazing.
Yes, I love that because I love just the transferring of easy things. That's the way that I have been doing it,
Mhm.
and we are not perfect. We do still buy some stuff from Amazon at Sticker Junkie for the sake of ease, but one of the things that we have done at Sticker Junkie internally is that I physically go to my local hardware store, Ace Hardware, locally owned
Mhm.
franchise, and buy absolutely as much as I can there first. I go to the Hillcrest Farmers Market or to the La Jolla Farmers Market in San Diego and buy everything I can there first before I go
Mhm.
to a grocery store now. I also, no judgment, I have extra time. I built that into my
Mhm.
schedule to be able to do that. And when I was scrolling one day on Threads, I really actually wanted new wine glasses for my house in San Diego, and I'm bougie, so I wanted nice ones. So then I saw on Threads somebody posted like, "Hey, here's these super cute wine glasses I got at Target," and there was a million comments like, "We don't shop at Target anymore," and I'm like, "Baby,
Yeah.
we don't." shop at Target anymore. That's right, we do not. And then somebody shared the most beautiful wine glasses from Estelle Color Glass, and they looked very similar to the ones at Target, but so much nicer. And I immediately got those, and like it means something when I buy it
Yeah.
from Estelle's Colored Glass that it does not mean when I buy it from Target, which I no longer shop at. They don't even get to call it that anymore. They're
No.
Target now,
Yeah.
and we don't go there.
Yeah, they're Target now.
That's right. That's right. So why don't you tell me about some of your favorite vendors that you have on there? So we have actually reached the show and tell portion of the podcast. For those of you watching us on YouTube, for those of you on audio only, do not worry. We will describe what we are showing and telling. But I figured I would pop out my very beautiful Estelle color glasses. They're like a little tan rose colored. They're just beautiful. They look gorgeous with red wine in them. And you all know me, and you know that I do sometimes drink on the podcast. And if it was not noon in San Diego, I would have gone ahead and put a little white wine in here for a little afternoon.
Get it.
However, I have other things to do today after this.
Darn it.
So let's get some show and tell from you guys. Erin or Kate, who's going first?
I'll go first since I'm the second. But so my first company that I just saw, and I reached out to her and I was like, please get on the directory. I want you on the directory so that I can advertise. I can order and advertise for you. And so she was like, absolutely. She signed up and I immediately ordered. But she makes hand blown glasses, and then she makes lives, and so you can watch her make your glasses. But I just adore them. I buy handmade glasses in my travels. No, I did not travel to her, but I have been in her state. So that's that. And then my other one, so that's Lucid Glassworks.
Nice.
On the directory, LittleBlueCart.com. And this Strapaggio artisan oils. Oh my gosh.
Ooh.
Olive oil that's infused with garlic. I'm telling you.
Love.
Enough Italian in me to say that I'm Italian. It is phenomenal olive oil. Phenomenal. So
yeah. And they have vinegar too.
So
all different flavors. Yeah.
Yes. And balsamic. Yeah. And they're on LittleBlueMarket.com.
I will try them for sure. I always say that my fallback life plan, if all else fails, is that I would open a little gourmet popcorn shop, and I do use infused olive oils in the popcorn. The way that I pop it, I don't get it hot enough to where it will burn. So yeah, I'll try them out for sure.
Yeah, delicious.
All right, Kate, what do you have for show and tell?
Where do I begin? I'm wearing a necklace today. I'm like, always, this is my go-to. I freaking love it. Jasper and Elm, she's another military spouse, and she was an early adopter on LittleBlueCart, and she's on our creator council for Little Blue Market. So she's also selling on Little Blue Market. On the directory, we were talking about wine glasses. There's a woman who hand paints them. Just will remind you of the summer. They're so cute. And I don't have any, but she's called Wine Flowers Hand Painted Wine Glass. They're gorgeous. And then also on the directory, Arched, it's two sisters, and they draw things and then put them. So I have a set of book. What do you call those? Hold the book things. Yes, that's the word. Yeah, we're playing a game now. Guess what word Kate can't remember. So I got a set of these for my mom for Christmas, and I love those. And then another person who's been on the directory a long time and then is on Little Blue Market and on our Creators Council is called Toot Decor Candy. And I've been eyeing the salted caramels forever, and I finally bought them. And I keep them in my office so no one will find them in the kitchen because I'm not sharing. They're freaking delicious. And they come so cute. It's like the perfect gift because the packaging is amazing. And then the label of what's in it is like 5 things, and you know what they all mean. I'll say it wrong because it's French. It's Toot Decor Candy.
Okay, you guys, first of all, for those of you listening on audio only, the packaging is gorge. Like, this is such a nice gift, or to put into a gift basket, like a charcuterie gift basket or something, if you binge. And they look beautiful. I'm going to try them myself on the marketplace. You can find them, and it's TOUTS. Type that in and you'll see the right chocolatier. It looks gorgeous.
I'm gonna plug our own hat that we sell on the. One of the ways we monetize and help pay for the cart and directory is we just have some of our own little basic merch that we sell because, we sell those and then the money goes back in to help build our stuff.
You bought this sweatshirt for me, woman of a certain rage.
She was on the directory.
I don't know.
Yeah. I'm buying that. I'm buying that immediately.
I don't remember. She was on the directory. And I got that for Erin for Christmas.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah.
Christmas. Yeah.
Wait, how do you spell her name?
Angie, ANGIE P-E-A. And I could be totally pronouncing it wrong, but
Okay.
like,
I'm literally buying a Women of a Certain Rage
yes,
sweatshirt
yes,
fucking immediately as
Yes.
soon as we get off of
yes,
this call. This is a gorgeous little sweatshirt, and it is a
yeah,
cursive sort of writing style for people listening on audio only, and I am a woman of
yes,
a certain rage, so I will be wearing that the next time that you see me.
yes.
Yep.
It is just wonderful. You guys are so fantastic. You are doing so much for small businesses, and I think that's why everybody has so much love and so much goodwill for you. What has been like the banger, shocking moment of like, "Whoa, I can't believe that just happened." Kate, why don't you go first? Because 'cause you're laughing
Chelsea
already.
Handler in her bra on Instagram.
Yes, please, let's
I'm
go. I
very
saw that. Yeah.
I mean, first
Let's
of all,
go, let's
Chelsea,
go.
like anytime, we get like a like or a
Queen.
reach, anything, we're screenshotting and sharing it. Like, oh my God. But that one was, I mean, we weren't expecting it. And then it was around the holidays, and she just, recorded a video and posted it about shopping us and Shop Red Bag, which is a marketplace of Black owned small businesses. And so she was referring to Little Blue
Mhm.
Cart and Shop Red Bag as some great alternatives for holiday shopping. And we died. And it was just extra amazing because she was literally just in her bra. So like it's like so Chelsea Handler.
Obsessed.
I'm obsessed with her. I've been obsessed with her for decades, I
Yeah.
think. So that was hilarious. We shared a thread or a tweet that Melissa Joan Hart said, and then
Yes,
she
uh-huh.
liked it and started following us. So that was fun because yeah.
I love it. I love it. Erin, do you have any moments like that that you wanna share?
My moments are, to be quite honest, it
Mhm.
is watching all of the reshares of all of the impactful
Yeah.
statements and sales of the small businesses
Yeah.
that have benefited from being on Little Blue Cart and Little Blue Market. Like I can't get over them. We post them, and I like our own posts. Like I
Yeah.
just cannot get enough of that, because honestly, that is why Kate and I do this.
Yeah.
Um, and I just feel like our success is 100% based on their success.
Yeah.
And we just want them to be able to have enough money to pay the bills and be able to keep doing something that they clearly enjoy doing. So that is mine.
Yeah, and as 3 types of business ladies here on this call, we all know, and we know that most people watching know, it fucking means something when you go spend $50 or $100 or, Lord have mercy, 2 or $300. You just helped somebody make their rent, you
Yeah.
helped them make their payroll, you helped them pay for soccer for their kids, you helped them move into a different school district. Most people, they do not need an extra $1,000,000 or Jeff Bezos's $500,000,000 yacht, which he has 2 of. Most people need like 2 or 3,000 extra dollars a month would be
Absolutely.
life-changing
Yes.
amount of money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that people really don't understand that.
Yeah.
And that's one of the messages that Kate and I are going to really try to get out there. It's just that we do not say that you should change your entire spending
Right.
habits. Okay.
Mhm.
Because that's not possible at
Mhm.
this point. Okay.
Mhm.
We like for it to be, yes. And we would love to be that resource that has that happen. But right now we're just asking folks to make a 1 or 2 purchase change,
Mhm.
because it really, really does make a huge difference.
Yeah.
What is not that big of a deal for us? It's yes. Is it going to be more expensive? Yes.
Yeah.
Jeff Bezos's business model is meant for the small business owner to not make enough money so that he can afford
That's right.
those yachts. I mean, that's just the way it works.
Mhm.
Yes, you can buy something that's cheaper. Yes, it comes from China, and that's fine. Like if that's how you have to get it. I mean, we get our supplies to make things from other countries. We
Yep.
don't generally make supplies in this country.
Mhm.
So we don't fault anybody for that, but we're just asking for folks to make the change 1 or 2 items at a time and just give it a chance. And I promise you, like Kate and I, we are so gleeful about our things. I did not realize how much it was going to impact me emotionally getting these items.
Yeah.
I love it. I love being able to brag about them
Mhm.
to other people. So thank you for giving us that
Yeah.
space to do that.
Well, I love it, and I'll tell you what, I did 100% of my Christmas shopping last year through small
Yeah.
businesses, and this year I'm gonna do 100% of my Christmas shopping through small businesses on LittleBlueCart, and then I got yes. And then I got totally addicted to it. We're telling all of our small businesses that purchase from us at Sticker Junkie to go ahead and go
Yeah,
get
yeah, yeah.
listed. We're doing a joint email so that they can get on your directory because I tell you what, it is
Mhm.
addicting, and I buy almost nothing from
Yeah.
Amazon anymore because I just got so into it. I was like, I can go to Etsy, and then even better, I can go to
Mhm.
Little Blue Cart
Mm.
even better. I love the
Yeah.
resources that you guys are offering, and your vendors are so
Thank
freaking cool. The merchandise is so freaking great. And just to be able to find these
Mhm.
customized, super cool, very like gorgeous items, it's 100 times better. I was looking at like knife blocks, and the knife blocks that I'm seeing from small vendors versus like a
Yeah.
knife block from Amazon. I found one that was like dried
Oh,
flowers with an
beautiful.
overlaid enamel on it that had like alleyways through it that's magnetic, that these beautiful knives stick on it from a regular vendor. And now that I have a little bit more expendable cash, I was just like,
That's
let's
right. Yeah.
go. I haven't bought it yet. It's still saved because it's like $275, and mommy doesn't have $275 for knives money quite yet, but hopefully this year when I'm out of debt I will. But I just love the
Yeah.
unique nature of it, and I'm so finished personally, to the degree that I can be, and even Sticker Junkie as a business, same. When we give away little gifts, little prizes, we basically exclusively buy
Yeah.
from our customers for stuff like that, and we do that all the time from our clients. So I wanna make sure that my customers are all
That's right.
listed with
That's
you
right.
ladies because we have some talented folks that purchase from
Yeah.
us.
We would
And
appreciate
yeah, and like you
Yeah.
know, like supporting small businesses and one
Yeah.
shopping trip at a time, one gift at a time, one like every
Yeah.
little shift that you make and every little habit change you make. And some of that is even just being
Mhm.
intentional instead of just automatically going to
Yeah.
amazon.com, taking a beat to think, you know what, I can probably find this somewhere else. Like just be
Yeah.
so much
Mhm.
more intentional about where you're spending your money. And so like every shift makes a big difference. And then the added bonus, obviously, for Little Blue Cart and Little Blue Market is that you know you're not giving it to someone who might turn around and donate to Donald Trump's next election, or I shouldn't say next because
Right.
Exactly.
or you know, or that
Ugh,
they're gonna turn
I
around
wonder.
and post on threads that they love ICE, you know, and they support the mission. Like you can feel so good knowing A, you're supporting a small business, and B, it's someone who really deeply and passionately shares your values and view of the world, and is rooted in kindness and love and empathy and being a good human. And it just
Yeah.
feels so much better knowing that's where your money is going, whether it's, you know, a $20 bar of soap that was handmade by someone, or, you know, $400 to have your
Yeah.
family's painted. We have this wonderful artist on Little Blue Market whose style is so cool, and
Oh,
she will do Zoom, like get
His
on
daughter
Zoom
does
and paint your, you know, make a portrait of your family.
that.
It's amazing. So, and then, you know, she's not turning around and buying a Make America Great hat to like wear to the next rally or
Yeah.
something.
Yep.
Like you just know, you can feel so good about
yeah.
supporting the folks on our platforms.
Yes, and so for anybody who's new on Andrea Lake 101, The Making of a Billionaire, and you're watching it because you know Erin and Kate and you love Little Blue Cart, I would love to tell you that the reason that it's called The Making of a Billionaire is because every single one of these industries is a multi-billion-dollar industry, and it doesn't matter if it's wine glasses or if it's soap or if it's toasters or if it's anything. All of them sell billions
Mhm.
of dollars in annual revenue. Stickers, people buy $42 billion
All
worth of
money.
stickers
Yeah.
a year. It sounds like I am making that up, but I'm not. That's how
Yeah.
big the industry is. If you open your refrigerator, every condiment's going to have 3 stickers on
Mm,
it. The refrigerator itself is probably going to have 7. It's going to have 2 in the door. It's going to have 1 at the back that talks
yeah.
about the temperature control of the refrigerator. It's going to have 2 warning stickers on the back and 2 on the bottom. Every appliance is like that. This is a massive, massive space. And my biggest competitor over at a company called Sticker Mule, which has
It's
1,000
insane.
employees. I would love to inform you with that. It is with my 16 employees, we will comfortably be able to do $10 million in annual revenue with 16 people. They have 1,000. This is a large company. that we are competing against right now. And the Golden Sticker Junkies were 5Xing our sale every year for 5 years in a row. So we did 482% growth last year. We are on track to do over 500% growth this year. We're going from 2 million to 10 million in a single calendar year. And my biggest competitor, who I have guesses at his number, but it says right on his hiring page, we do over 9 figures in sales. So they do hundreds of millions of dollars in annual revenue. I have a very good guess at exactly what their number is because I am a numbers kind of a gal. And then he came out and he himself, Anthony Constantino, the CEO of Sticker Mule, put $5 million of his own money into his political campaign. He's running for Congress. He just made t-shirts that say, I support Ice Ice Baby. Yes, he sure did. And stop trans propaganda. Yes, he sure did. Those came out of his pretty little mind. And then on his reels, he said, I'm giving back by supporting my run for Congress, and I'm giving back through politics because I want to make America great again. And the devastation through people who have made him extraordinarily wealthy through buying stickers from him is real because I get
was a
their
customer
messages.
for like years. Until he did the one email that he sent out about Donald Trump that I had no idea before then. So I'm glad he sent it because I could say absolutely never again. Yeah. And that was, I think, probably one of the very first times when it was just so obvious, like, well, I'm never buying from this person again. But yeah, that's who we don't want to shop with. And at least he's vocal about it, so we know. But there could be tons of small businesses that you are shopping from, and they're just, or even you think about like influencers who've been really quiet. We stopped following them because it's like, if you cannot have the moral clarity to say killing citizens is wrong, like then we're not really in the same space here. So
yes, I think we crossed over an edge here, right? Because I've been an entrepreneur for 34 years, and it never would have occurred to me ever that I would be political at all whatsoever in my companies.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right. We're going to ask some fun questions for Meet the WaterCooler. So just for anybody that's new, and I didn't really explain it before, like I love Cats on a Couch and Tizzy Entertainment and Urban Farms and Two Crow Collective and My Cluck Hut and Lysandra Comedy and LittleBlueCart. And so and Emma Borda and all of the influencers that I interact with a lot, I put into a little DM chat group, and we're going to have a live in-person event. I can't wait to see you guys. I hope you can make it there. It's going to be so much fun. And I just want to get to know you guys a little more with fun questions because the audience for this podcast is people our age. Now, it's mostly women our age, but hello to the Gen X men as well and everything in between that's watching the podcast. So let's see about this. We'll go Kate and then Erin, and everybody will answer everything. Sweet or salty?
Yeah. Sweet.
Salty. Give me a big old plate of fries.
I mean, I won't say no. Something salty too. Let me be clear.
I won't say no to a bite of your sweet dessert either. So, do you have a current or recent Netflix binge that you would recommend, or fill in the blank?
The Pit.
Yes.
Loved the first season of The Pit.
Oh, I just
season
started
2.
that. Okay.
It's like warming up to me. And then recently rewatched Bridgerton, like from the beginning, because I forgot, a new season came out and I was like, I don't even remember what I've watched and what I haven't watched. And that has been like the best while I'm working background, and also like nice distraction during lunch show. Everyone's watched that obviously probably by now, but for sure that's I love it. I love that.
It's a good reminder because I did see the new season came out and I've only watched like the first 2. So it would be good and it was years ago.
Yeah.
So that's a good reminder on that one. Erin, what do you got?
With me, I can never remember the names because Rod, my husband, he's always the one like putting it on the television. I'm like, oh, you started a new show. And so it starts playing and I don't know, but I do love The Pit.
So good.
I absolutely love The Pit. So we don't miss an episode of that at all.
Okay, awesome. So I did watch the first couple episodes of The Pit and I'm going to finish it, but my business partner's wife, Kat, had recommended to him the show Paradise with Sterling.
It's so good.
Oh, yeah. I'm only on episode 3 and it is phenomenal.
Yeah.
It is so good. I can't wait to see what happens next, but I also want to watch it really, really slowly. And then last night I couldn't sleep because perimenopause, and I ended up turning on a podcast in the middle of the night, and I am a
Yeah.
true crime girly. And I was like, yes, I love the Morbid podcast. Favorite podcast is Ash and Elena. I want to do sticker packs for you. I want to be your best friends. Yes, please, let's go. I've mentioned them like on
One of these
every
days, they're
episode.
going to hear it. It's going to happen.
Yeah.
It's absolutely true. But I was like, I actually don't want to listen to murder tonight. And so I found a podcast, The Secret World of Roald Dahl, who is the person who actually wrote James and the Giant Peach. And there's no spoilers here, but the guy's son in Paradise, his favorite book is James and the Giant Peach. So I started listening to this podcast last night of Roald Dahl, who is the person who wrote Willy Wonka and The Chocolate Factory and Matilda and James and the Giant Peach and so on. And he was a spy. He was a World War II spy. He worked for MI6. Yes. And he was a fighter pilot then in World War II. He's fascinating. He's a complicated character. He came out later. He had really severe trauma and turned actually into some bad news bear behaviors. But it's a
That sounds awesome.
fascinating podcast. Yeah, so those are my two current binges right now. All right, what is your very favorite breakfast,
Oh, that's
Kate?
a good question.
Yeah.
I love a Trader Joe's frozen almond croissant.
Oh,
They're so
they are
good.
so good. I didn't get them for a while because I was
No,
like,
they're
they're
so
not going
good.
to top the chocolate croissants. And they're so much better. They're
Yeah.
so good. They're both good, you guys. Don't come for me if you love the chocolate ones, but they're
Yeah,
so
they're delicious. The only problem is you have to plan ahead because you have to leave it out the night before.
Yeah,
But yeah,
that's
they're
right.
delicious every time.
You do. For anybody who hasn't had the I'm obsessed with Trader Joe's. I talk about Trader Joe's on here all the time. For anybody who hasn't had the Trader Joe's croissants, you have to put them in the oven the night before so they can proof in advance, which makes you feel fancy as fuck when you remember to do it. That's right. It does. It makes me feel like I just baked. Erin, what about you?
I have not ever been a breakfast person, but
Okay.
lately I have been making homemade egg McMuffins, and they are so delicious.
Ooh.
So delicious. Yeah. And I eat them for
Yes.
more of a brunch than a breakfast.
Yes. I actually, one of my very favorite breakfasts is a homemade egg McMuffin, and I make it vegetarian with a Beyond Meat spicy sausage patty and some cheddar cheese. Oh my good Lord. Lately, I have been obsessed though with omelets with a side salad. That's like my
Very
favorite right now. Yeah. Yes, I'm feeling very fancy these days. I'm like, maybe I should be in Europe right now.
That's
Maybe I
right.
should be
Yeah.
living over
too.
there.
Me too.
I think that's a pretty common thought these days. All right, why don't you let me know some of your favorite influencers? Let's
Oh my
give
gosh,
people
that's
a
fun.
shout out.
Okay, I need to think. Sarah Wiles, I love as a political influencer. There's one of those,
Oh, girl.
this one Mormon mobby blogger who actually spoke out, and she's my favorite
Go.
out of her and all of her wild family and sister, and she's my favorite.
Mhm.
I'm trying to think who else I really like. For to be informed and like really useful stuff. Amanda's Mild Takes, I think, is amazing, and she's in Virginia, so that's fun. Suzanne Lambert cracks me up. Rayshonda Leas, whose name I'm probably saying.
That was mine. You stole it. She
She's
is amazing. I want to be
so
her best
good.
friend. I want to be her best friend. I've literally made a video. It's in my drafts of like, if I
Oh
could
my God,
just
she's
be
so funny.
half as funny, like half, I would
About
she's so
everything.
funny. And it's not scripted. You could totally, she is off the cuff. Like I would die. I would die if I could just pop something off like her. I didn't know. I'm sorry, but
Say her handle again.
Rayshonda
Lias. Yeah, hilarious.
I love her. I
Lias,
love her. Oh, she's
Yes.
she just got married.
And then I have to one more.
Yes,
Yeah.
I watch every
I know,
single
Blakely
episode.
Thornton.
Sorry.
Oh, and Heartthrob Anderson. He's also hilarious.
Okay.
He does 90s movies. He'll rewatch them and then talk about how absolutely batshit crazy they were. And like
Amazing.
episodes of Seventh Heaven. And just when you look back at it, you're like, I cannot believe you watched that. Thought it was normal. It's hilarious. Yeah.
I'm dying. I'm 1,000,000% gonna watch that. I'm listening to the Morbid Podcast Ladies Rewatcher podcast right now, and so I went back and rewatched Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Who, by the way, I was friends with Xander. We used to go to Yeah, and I didn't own a television because TV was so bad and wild in the 90s, obviously, and they're just, like, casually calling each other sluts and whores and calling themselves sluts and whores when they're wearing, like, just a little like, a tank top or something. "Oh, I didn't mean to dress like a slut today," and I'm like, "What the fuck did you just fucking say?" And this is not that long ago. Sarah Michelle Gellar and I are just
Yeah.
about the same age. So, I gave my TVs away in 1992, and I used to go to the Venice Beach dog park when I owned the Winston house and lived in Venice Beach. And it was me and this dude that was there with his old dog every morning. And I figured out that he was like famous. I'm like, "Oh, have you been on anything I would ever heard?" And he's like, "Well, I was on Buffy the Vampire Slayer." But I thought that he was like
Right,
a
right, right.
side character. And then he's like, "Oh, well, right now I'm on Criminal Minds." So after having not watched television for 20 years, I watched the Criminal Minds series, which is incredibly well executed and well done and gave me fucking nightmares. So then when I just went back to do the rewatcher thing like a few months ago, I was like, "Holy shit, that's Nick from
My
the
dog
dog
park
park."
friend.
Like, what? He's like that's why he looked at me like, "What do you mean you don't know that I'm famous?"
Yeah.
I mean, everybody our age knows that I'm famous. I'm like, "I swear
It's
to God, I
awesome.
don't know who you are. I've never seen you before." All right. And for Sarah
Mm.
Wiles, it's her upcoming is her birthday, and so we'll
Oh.
show on the screen some birthday surprise stickers that
Oh,
she's going to
fun.
receive on Saturday. We did these super adorable sticker sheets for her that she kind of knows they're coming,
Oh,
but that she
that's so
doesn't know what they
fun.
look like yet. So
Awesome.
I'll share mine because what I've been purposefully doing
yeah,
is I don't do podcasts because I don't have the attention span for it,
sure.
but I do listen to like short snippets of news or good things happening or, in-depth snippets. But
Mm-hmm.
Frazzled, who's big on
Okay.
education,
Yep.
I think she's out in California, I think.
Oh, she's
Oh, I
good.
never
Yeah.
even heard of that one. Okay.
Yeah, really good. She's really good. She's a former teacher and I really appreciate her perspective. Jennifer
Hmm.
Hamilton.
Okay. Yes, I love Jen Hamilton. She's
Yeah,
so great.
amazing. I just love her heart. And it's proof that you can have a liberal belief system and also be a religious person.
Yeah.
She is a living example, and I genuinely appreciate her. So those two, and then Rayshonda, like I cannot pass up. I just when I'm
Mhm.
in needing a laugh,
Yeah.
I will search her out. But I definitely
Right.
believe in just like watching these women. I'm so tired of getting my news and
Mhm.
insights from men.
Yeah.
I think we need to make sure we elevate these women because there's and I politics
Mhm.
girl, love her.
Oh my God, I'm obsessed.
I
She's my
mean,
best
oh my
friend.
god,
She just doesn't know
I
it yet, but
almost
she's
forgot
yeah.
her. She is like she needs to. I want to be friends with her too. Just because I want to like put her in front and just say, "Speak for me, please. This is how I feel. I just can never
Yeah.
put the words together like you can, but
You know
please."
what she needs to do? She needs to come to the
Yeah.
WaterCooler Sedona Magic event is what she
Oh
needs to
my
do. I'm
god.
gonna invite her for sure. Yeah.
Oh
She is
yeah.
so fantastical. I love
I
her.
Me
hope Rashonda
too.
hears this.
I do too.
I really
The beautiful thing is that everybody will hear it at some point because next year we're going to go from 22 million to 100 million in a single calendar year, and then from 100 to
Yeah.
400 in a single calendar year. It's literally going to be the best business story that's ever told. And so people will go backwards and watch the whole thing from the beginning. We don't even promote it right now, which is why like it doesn't matter that there's no views because as soon as it starts to catch traction, it'll catch traction. And I've launched so many companies, and I've already done $400 million worth of revenue. So I'm not just fucking pulling a number out of my ass and saying that we can do $400 million in revenue. We actually can. Okay, so for my influencers, I literally love everyone that you guys mentioned, and there's a couple I hadn't heard of before that I am immediately going to go follow. But I love KJ Miller. She does this thing called White People News, and she's a Black woman, and she just covered Love is Blind, which is not like a show that I would watch, but I started watching it
Yeah.
simply because of her reels about Love is Blind. She's so funny. Strong recommend. I love
Mm-hmm.
Chris and Dave, of course. Like, who doesn't love them? I loved Two Crows Collective. They're the ones that did the
Oh,
PBS is punk shirts. I also love the Badass
yeah.
Quilter and the Savage Stitcher. I have gotten so into the quilting community. I had no idea that like book talk was such a thing. I love the people over at the Bookish Box. And I also had no idea that fabrication art was such a big thing. I had no idea that all of these ladies were so
Mm-hmm.
political and so fucking talented. I took it up to some of the people at Sticker Junkie, and they're like, "What do you mean QuiltCon?" And then I started showing them the quilts,
Yeah.
and they're like, "What?
Yeah.
That is what I think of when I think of quilts. Yeah, and then I do also love a good food review, so I follow a bunch of, like, food reviewers that I
Yeah,
don't know who
that's
any of them
awesome.
actually are, though, unfortunately,
Right.
by name, but I would
Yeah,
know them immediately by sight.
that's
Yeah.
awesome.
Those are gonna be my recos. All right, ladies. Well, thank you so much for coming. We're gonna do a little closing out thoughts here on what's next for Little Blue
Yeah. First,
Cart.
just thank you
Kate, do
so
you wanna go
much
first?
for having us on the Meet the Water Cooler. It's so wonderful to talk to you, and you've always been so generous with your time and your expertise and your knowledge. And we are very grateful for your support and your cheerleading and your
Mhm.
like very wise counsel. So thank you for having us. What's next is that we want to continue to grow. We know, I mean, we are almost 1,500 businesses on
Yeah.
Little Blue Cart, but there are thousands and hundreds of thousands of more progressive small owned businesses and service providers. We want to be able to help you find a hairdresser, someone to cut your lawn, someone to go take your senior pictures like they for our kids. Those are almost harder to
Mhm.
find than some stores sometimes. So because they don't show their political beliefs as openly sometimes. So I really think that's an area where we can grow, that
Mhm.
we're excited to do that. So that's probably what's next for Little Blue Cart.
Mhm.
And yeah, hopefully we just keep growing and building our community.
I love it. I'm actually
Yes,
looking for a new colorist in San Diego, and so get yourself
that's right.
onto Little Blue Cart so I can find
That's
you.
right. Please. Exactly.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
that is how we hope to grow. Just if you find
Great.
somebody and you are familiar with their
Mhm.
political leanings and have
Yeah.
supported the administration or not, send them to us.
Mhm.
We'll take care of the rest.
Great. I'm gonna send my
Yeah,
girlfriend Tracy, who's my lash artist over
yeah,
at Routine Beauty in San Diego. She does
awesome.
gorgeous work. I'm gonna send her over. All right, Miss Erin, what are your last thoughts
It's
on
literally
what's
the same
super?
thing. Just
Mhm.
we just need to continue to grow, and that growth will help both Kate and I and the community in which we have cultivated. We are so thankful for everybody that's here, and we just want to help support them even more.
Nice. Well, I have a little treat of an announcement for you guys as we close out that this was Meet the Water Cooler with Erin and Kate from Little Blue Cart, and they are going to come back on the podcast. Oh, you guys, we are going to do a dirty tea where mommy has a little adult beverage. And the lovely Miss Erin and Kate are gonna interview me about the journey of scaling and rebuilding my company. No holds barred, ask anything you want, perhaps have an
Oh
adult
yeah.
beverage with me while you're at it. Such fun.
That will be fun.
It's gonna be so fun. Right, until then, grab your popcorn, grab your wine, and I will come in piping hot with all of the tea, as always, on Andrea Lake 101, The Making of a Billionaire.